Okay, well, hi. Happy days are here again. Happy Saturday. How is everyone? Look at my cute headband. I ordered it from the TikTok shop. Well, I didn't order it from the TikTok shop. I got the name of it, and I think I went to either Amazon. I think I got it on Amazon. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But I think it's called Junk. Junk, Junk. But anyway, I like it because it's supposed to stay in place. And I've got a really round head, in case you can't tell. And usually, for some reason, these won't stay on. They slip up. Hold on just a second. I always feel weird when somebody's driving by and I've got my phone up in the air. Like I just don't care. Anyway, we're out walking in the rain. But I wanted to tell you about what happened to me last night. Okay, so my back hurt all day yesterday, and somebody, and I don't remember who it was, actually said in the comments, "Why are you limping?" I don't know how she noticed that I was limping. It's really raining. We're getting really wet. Yeah. My nerve pain is usually on the front of my thigh and kind of down the outside of my thigh. Well, all day yesterday it was on the back of my thigh. And if you've never experienced nerve pain, it can have many different, sometimes it can feel like hot water's running down your leg, or it's really raining. What it felt like to me yesterday was like you had taken, why do I say like so much? You had taken the top of my leg skin and ripped it down. That's what it felt like. Yeah, all day. I don't know why. It's never hurt on the back of my leg, but my back hurt all day yesterday. Well, then last night, I am just completely exhausted. I took a nap yesterday, y'all, and I don't take naps. I mean, rarely ever do I take a nap. And I took a nap yesterday, which was clue number one that something was going awry. Okay, so then last night, it's like 9:30, and I don't normally go to bed at 9:30, especially on a Friday night when I don't have to get up early the next day, you know? Well, I was so tired. I was like, I can't, I gotta go to bed. The only thing that was going on was my back was hurting and my leg was hurting. No other issues whatsoever, except I'm tired. I go to bed and I started having the absolute worst chills. I have never in my life had chills to this extent. And can I just say that while I laid over there flopping like a fish out of water, trying to get warm, my whole body was just almost convulsing, but I was cold. I didn't have a fever. My temperature is usually 97.5, 97.6, you know. And it was, I want to say it was 97.3, which it's that sometimes too. So no fever, but I was having extreme chills. Well, I've got on my pajamas, a sheet, a blanket, which is called a summer blanket. It's real thin. Then my bedspread, which is a thin quilt. Then a throw, which I leave on top of the bed so that Penny's laying on the throw rather than my bedspread, because she drools when she sleeps. Yeah, she's like my brother, and she sleeps with her mouth open, and she leaves a puddle of drool wherever she goes. Anyway, and then I couldn't get warm. So I got up and I went ahead and took some Tylenol, even though I didn't have a fever. But I felt like I needed something, you know? I feel like your body tells you what you need. So I got up and took some of that, went back to bed, still couldn't get warm. I turned my AC up so it would quit trying to cool off. And then I got up and I got another quilt, an actual quilt, and put it on me. So I was under the sheet, the blanket, the spread, a throw, which is pretty thick, and a quilt. And I finally warmed up enough. It was about 11:30, 11:45, and I finally went to sleep. Well, of course, I woke up at 5 o'clock because that's who I am, and I was exhausted. And I was like, I am not getting up. So I turned on some sort of video or something just to play, and I did go back to sleep, and I slept until 6-ish something. So then I got up, and I'm just feeling completely wrung out, probably from those convulsions, which is what it felt like. I mean, my whole body was tense and shaking. It was weird. Well, I get up and I just feel terrible. I didn't feel like eating, but I went ahead and cooked me something because I needed to take some medicine and I can't take it on an empty stomach. So I cooked me some sausage. I think those little links, and I ate like 1.5 links, whatever. And hold on just a second. So anyway, I drank my coffee and I had a little bit of sausage and I took my medicine. And I do feel better, but I am just wrung out. Yeah, just wrung out. I did take a bath and put on my makeup so I could feel like I was alive. But the weird part is, I mean, even though my back is still hurting, the back of my leg isn't hurting, which I'm very thankful for, because it's hard to sit down when the back of your leg is hurting. That's how that went. Isn't that weird? And of course I'm asking Dr. Google why you would have such chills without a fever. Hold on just a second. Okay, so Dr. Google diagnosed me with a lot of different things, one of them being malaria. I was like, okay, get off of Google. Get off. Don't be listening to what the Google doctor says, because I don't think it's malaria. But anyway, I don't know. I think my body was fighting something off. And I think I won. I'm not sure, but I think I won that fight. I don't know. Because I do feel better. And I'm not chilling. I'm chilling with my homies, but I'm not having chills. So there. Okay, so I read this post this morning on Facebook that has me messed up. It said, what term do people use that drives you crazy? And I was like, oh no. I started reading through it, and a lot of them are what I say. Like, I say like a lot. Like, another one was, you know what I mean? Know what I mean? You know? Yeah, My bad. That was another one. My bad. I do that. I say that. What was another one? Oh, it was to tell the truth. And they were like, yeah, why would you say to tell the truth? Are you just prone to lie, but now you're saying to tell the truth, to tell people that you're actually being honest? It messed me up in the head, you know? I was like, now I don't know what to say about anything. You know what I mean? They said they didn't like that and that they wanted to answer, no, I don't know what you mean. Please explain. And I was like, so, question for today is, what terms do people say that drive you crazy? Yeah, like that. Yeah. Let me see. What do I not like? Well, I don't like when people say, every other word. Um. I'm like, come on now. I get saying it every now and then because it kind of does bridge the gap. But when you say it all the time, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. People probably don't like that I say I don't like that. I don't know what to say anymore, because now I feel like everybody's gonna be critiquing my words. Know what I mean? Anyway, I'm going to lay back down. I am going to rest today because I feel like my body needs rest. And yeah, and Penny. And Penny. What do you want, Penny? Anyway, isn't that cute? It's kind of silky feeling, and it does have some sort of rubber, something that keeps it on. You know, some kind of rubber. But I like it, and it narrows in the back, so it's not that wide back here. So I think that also helps keep it on. All right, that's it for now. I'll be back. Maybe she knows I don't feel good, but she has been so sweet today. Yes, she's been in Mommy's lap all day getting the lovin's. Yeah, you're my sweet girl. Mommy likes it when you're sweet. I just don't like it when you bite me. Yeah, I know. I don't like it when you bite me because it hurts. You know, you got sharp teeth. But you're being Mommy's good girl, aren't you? Are you Mommy's good girl? You just taking care of me? Oh goodness. I have to pull it back like that. Oh, goodness. She can be sweet, can't you? Are you my sweet girl? It's still hard for me to believe that she's going to be 18 years old in April. It's very hard for me to believe. 18. It's like a kid, you know? Are you my kid? Are you going to move out when you turn 18? I think you should. Get an apartment. I'll help you get it set up. We'll buy all the cutest little cat furniture. Won't that be fun? Yeah, get you a little apartment. Yeah. We'll be moving on up. Moving on up. I don't know why she's being so nice. But the other one's over there asleep. She's not being my emotional support dog. I have an emotional support cat that has literal hair just everywhere. So I'll be back. I was watching another Peter Santanello video, and he was down in Florida and he was walking barefooted on the sand, and it reminded me of a story. So growing up, we would go to Florida in the summer, and we would stay a couple of nights at my uncle's house in Bartow, and then we would stay a couple of nights at my aunt's house in Orlando, and then we would go to Daytona to stay in this house that belongs to my sister's mother-in-law. So it was kind of like a free trip, but not really. You know what I'm saying? Quit saying you know what I'm saying, because people don't like that, Tracy. Well, anyway, my cousin in Orlando, he's 7 months older than me. And when I would go down there, of course, I would hang out with him. And then it was his nephew. Was it his nephew? Was it his nephew? Wait a minute. It was his sister's son. So yeah, his nephew. But his nephew was like almost our age, because the sisters, there's a big gap in age, right? Anyway, I don't know how old David is, but Anne, if you're watching this, how old is David? But anyway, Robert and David and I would go out to play or do whatever. Well, I didn't have on shoes. I'm a Georgia girl. I'm used to walking around without shoes on, or at least then I was. What is that noise? Here we have grass. And the grass doesn't have tiny little evil minions living in it, okay? Well, when you go to Florida and you try to run around barefooted, you might as well walk on hot coals, first of all. The road was very hot, of course, like it is here. The road's very hot. Well, I, being a Georgia girl, I think it's going to be a good idea to jump over into the grass. Except it wasn't a good idea because, one, there's a lot of sand, and sand gets very hot. And two, they have sand spurs, little tiny little evil creatures called sand spurs that got all buried up in my feet. Yeah, because I was walking barefooted. And I remember asking my cousin Robert, can I go barefooted? And he was like, sure. And if I remember correctly, he was barefooted. But I think he was more used to walking around in hell, like it felt like, compared to me, because our grass is cool, you know, and it... Anyway, that was the most miserable... We were walking to like a store, probably to buy some candy or something, and I was barefooted for the whole walk, and it was a long walk, and I like to have died. Yes, I was almost deceased from walking to the store with my cousin. But when he came here, I remember us walking over to the Burger King, which wasn't that far, not comparatively speaking, and we wore shoes. Yeah, we wore shoes. So anyway, I just want to tell y'all my hot feet story. Robert was crazy. He was always crazy. He had one of them horseshoe things built in the backyard that he would skateboard on when we were like 11 or 12 years old. He was like, you want to do it? And I was like, no, I don't. But I think he would start down at the bottom and he would start doing like this on his skateboard, right? And he would get higher each time. And then when he got all the way to the top, he could, you know, like prop his skateboard up there. And then he could stand up there and turn around. And then he could come back down and go to the other side. No, I don't want to do that. When I rode a skateboard, it was more like down my driveway, and then I might turn and go down the road a little piece. But I always ran it off into the grass and crashed, you know, because I wasn't really good at stopping the skateboard, because our driveway was a hill and then we went down a hill, right? Anyway, by the way, the girls left that razor over here for like a week and a half, and I finally decided to walk it across the street to Naomi's mom and propped it up against the garage. But I rode it. Yes, I did. And I can't believe that I'm still here to tell you about it. But I was like, it can't be that hard, can it? It wasn't, because it's got a handle. I was like, I was riding skateboards without a handle way back in the day. So surely I can do this. Yeah, I did. I did okay. I didn't become deceased over it, so that's a good thing, right? Anyway, I am feeling much better, and I'm just tired. That's it. I'm just tired. I hope to Jesus that I never experience such cold chills again. You know what I'm saying? Oh, stop saying that, Tracy. I just don't know. It was the weirdest thing. And I remember my sister telling me she had something. I don't know if it was the vid or if it was when she had shingles. I can't remember. But she said she had violent chills. That's the way she described them. And last night when I was having violent chills, I thought of her and I was like, oh, this is what she's talking about. Even back in the day when I used to run a fever, you know, when I would get sick. Stop saying you know. Anyway, when I used to run a really high fever, I never chilled like that. I have never chilled like this. So anyway, apparently I have malaria. I'm just kidding. I don't have malaria. Thanks, Dr. Google. I hope y'all have had a great day. Remember that I love you and Jesus loves you, and I hope he's coming back soon, because people be crazy. And I will talk to you on the next Tracy Tries, okay? All right. You hanging up first? I'm saying bye first. Okay, bye first. Okay, bye.